years ago, I met Paul Belair. Now, you all know him as the incoming chair of the Construction Industry Network. But to me, he was just some random guy that I was assigned to work with through the YPO and Entrepreneurs Organization mentorship program. Paul's story is that he bought a company right before the Great Recession, Roth Brothers. He and his team invested $1 million. In over 63 months, they grew the business and then sold it for over $70 million. I want to pause for a moment and let that sink in. He and his team took $1 million investment, and in a little over 5 years, they turned it into over $70 million. My story is that right before the Great Recession, I actually purchased gyms. You know, like fitness businesses, workout places. And I know what y'all are asking yourselves right now. This guy owned gyms? The answer is yes, and we were very good at it. The businesses grew rapidly. We opened up a first location, and we soon grew to have 2, 3, 4, 5 locations. And it seemed like every year we were winning another award in the franchise system. We had the most locations in the system. We trained the most personal training sessions in the system. We grew and we grew and we grew, and then we hit the Great Recession. Looking back, I want to let you all in on a little secret. About the worst thing you can try to sell in a recession is personal training. Nobody wants to buy personal training in a recession. And I didn't have a plan. So I spent the first couple months of the recession curled up in the fetal position in the corner of my office. Not Paul. Paul had a plan. Paul and his team did very specific things, leveraging the recession to grow their business spectacularly and achieve that American dream exit that I talked to you about earlier. Not me. I was in the gym business because my brother-in-law happened to be a fitness fanatic. And the only reason we survived was because I borrowed $250,000 from my mother-in-law. And the worst part, I didn't even borrow it all at once. I borrowed it in $20,000 increments, one tough phone call at a time. Hey, Ann. It's my mother-in-law. Hey, Ann. Yeah, it's Jonathan. Yeah. How are you doing? Good. Yep. Yeah. Your daughter's doing good. Yeah. Kids are doing good. Hey. So anyways, I was wondering, because on Friday we have to make payroll again, and I was wondering if you could send me another check. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's. Right now, the economy is booming. Unemployment's at record lows. Consumer confidence is at record highs. And nobody has a plan for the next recession. Be honest. Do you all have a plan for your business for the next recession? And when I say recession, I don't just mean economic recessions. If your biggest customer leaves you, you're in a recession. If your 5 best employees leave and go start a competitor across the street, you're in a recession. If your partner embezzles from you, you're in a recession. So I don't want you to worry. No matter why your company might be facing a downturn, we're going to come up with the start of a plan today to make sure that you're going to rock the recession. So the first step in building your recession plan is really to start with the recession readiness assessment. And that's why on the table before you, you all have a green answer key. And you've got a remote. Those are going to be your tools for today. So you should be able to find a remote and a green answer key. If you don't have enough at your table, we could grab one for you from one of the other tables. But I want you all to walk through the recession readiness questions with me today. All right, so we're going to start with some warm-up questions to make sure everybody's comfortable using their remotes. And so you're going to see on the screen, I'm going to put each question up, and then I'm going to read the question. This is just a practice one. So I'll read the question. All right, for those of you that are clicking your remotes right now, just know that you need to see the small spinny timer in the corner and hear the music, and that's when you'll be able to vote. So we're going to practice. So this first question is, my last forum retreat had some cringeworthy moments, and now you should be voting. 1 for yes, 2 for maybe or some, and 3 for no. All right, and then what will happen is that I'll advance to the results. All right, so it looks like 40% of us were a yes, 30% a maybe, and 30% a no. And then I'll make a brief but often humorous comment about the results and swiftly move us on to the next question. Y'all get how this works?